Happy Saturday, CLS fam. Let's have some fun. The Paradigm Shift, episode 36, with a special treat guest today. And of course, my partner in crime, the big bad articulate alligator who's in New York City right now. I know that because I was with him 10 minutes ago. Big bad Dave Meltzer. Let's have some fun. Let's get crazy. Oh, everybody's out today. Yes. Yup. Christine in the house. Henny. Mom. Hello. Good morning. Love you so much. Very good to see you. Monica in the house. Yup. About to get nuts. How's everybody doing this Saturday? Good? Waiting for my partner in crime, Big D. Christy in the house. Jesse, Alex, Rachie. We're going to get Big Dave on. And then we're going to go pretty crazy. So buckle up. It's actually freezing here in New York City right now. But it's nice. I mean, it's supposed to be cold this time of the year. So there's that. Bringing on Big Dave right now. What's everybody's plan this weekend? Drop them in the chat. Let us know what your state is right now. If it's a 7 out of 10, I want to know it's a 7 out of 10. If it's a 6 out of 10, I want to know that, because I take full accountability and responsibility for having you elevated to a 12 out of 10 immediately following the paradigm shift. So there's that. Where is Big Dave? Dave, where are you, buddy? Okay, bring you on right now. Everybody's out this morning. This is phenomenal. Good to see you all live from the Big Apple. Myself and Big Bad Dave. All right, Dave, I just invited you, pal. For some reason, it says you're unable to. There we go. Go live with Big Bad Dave Meltzer. Let's do this. Yeah. I love you, handsome. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to have my new Fireball on with us today. She's amazing. I know we'll do a couple minutes and then bring her on, but you're going to get your socks blown off by my girl, Natasha. Yeah. Boom. What's going on, energetic elevator?
She is a follower. It's so good to see you, but I just saw you live in person in Midtown. We had an unbelievable conversation to start the day. Just priceless gems and nuggets. And every time I get to see you, obviously here, but in person, just melts my heart. So I want to acknowledge you and let you know how much I love you, buddy.
Thank you, man. I had a few transgressions as far as timing went. I put the wrong coast on there. I put PSD instead of ESD, but everybody reconciled quickly, and we moved the date and time and got to meet early on the East Coast. Thank you for meeting me.
Of course. I'll ask you one question. I'll bring on Natasha right away. I noticed that a lot of people, when like specifically for Thanksgiving and maybe holiday season, some people actually during those times are triggered by sad events, or they feel not as happy as you would think the holiday spirit would make them. Why is that, Dave?
Well, it's interesting because I just saw the musical Temptations, and I was at a first responder event as well, and both have to deal with the negative triggers of the holidays and what they do to people. And so the founder of the First Responders for Children's Foundation, he lost his father before the holidays, and not having something triggers us. And once again, all the triggers are ego-based consciousness. So fear of missing out, fear of other people's opinion, focusing in on what we don't want, focusing on what's missing, focusing in on what other people want for us. These are all triggers. And so what we have to do, and they get elevated, no pun intended, by the holidays, we have to be able to stop. We can't resist it. We can't fight it. We can't oversell it, back end sell it, lie to it, manipulate it, cheat it, deny it. Don't do it. Just stop, breathe, bring yourself back to center, and think about what you want, what you have. Appreciate, acknowledge, and ask for more. 3 simple steps in life to do your best, to have fun and learn lessons, is to appreciate what you have, not what you don't have.
Yeah.
Acknowledge it by giving it away or allowing it to leave, and ask for more. There's a bigger space there to fill now.
Yeah. And real quick, I'm going to bring on Natasha right now. I just wanted to say something that I learned this morning when I was with you guys is, you know, I said something that's a little cliche, right? Like, you never want to be the smartest guy in the room. And you corrected me right away. You're like, no, your brain is smart enough. It's plenty of capacity. you're just not as aware or necessarily experienced as you and the other gentlemen at the table and so forth. So that was really eye-opening to me, and I acknowledge it, and I love that nugget.
Yeah, everybody, we're all expressions of God, expressions of genius. We're all geniuses. None of us are using but a few percentages of our capabilities. So, my job is to remind, remember, and recollect for everyone that we're trying to clear that interference so we can use more of our capacity. Everyone is connected, equal, etc. We all just have different interferences to an infinity of capability.
I love it. I'm gonna bring on Natasha right now, and as I'm doing so, I want you to tell the world what you love most about New York City, aside from seeing me, obviously.
Well, first of all, I love my family the most in New York City and having my family here. And so I'm a people person, not a place person. But as far as the cultural attributes of the city, I like the energy the best. So the energy of the city is unparalleled and unmatched. And speaking of energy, here's the energetic enigma herself. She's going to light up your screen. She is so impressive and such a beautiful soul. Thank you so much, Natasha, for joining me, my boy.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to be here with you. I had so much fun with you in Vegas, David. It was amazing. It was so
You're amazing.
Cool. Aww. When back in London, I feel so far from you. It's like we were literally all in one space. It was such a great energy over there. And, here we are back here and so much going on. But happy holidays to everybody. And thank you for tuning in, guys.
Happy holidays to you, Natasha. And you and I have connected several times on Instagram and so forth, but this is actually the first time that we actually been able to have a great conversation. So I'm super excited to build a relationship and just to have you on here today. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Craig. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me, boys.
Dave, should I drill in?
Absolutely.
We're gonna get deep. Natasha, I know your story is very well documented, and and I'm a big fan, so I did my homework, of course. And you talked about it 5 years ago. You were at rock bottom, newborn baby, just recently divorced, alone, and no money, and so forth. And you obviously made a huge shift in your frequency and your mindset to propel you to what you're doing now, which is impacting millions, and it's so beautiful. What was the most important shift that you made and that other people listening today that can possibly relate to, that they shift their frequency to kind of climb out of rock bottom?
When you're in a place of rock bottom and you are going through trauma in any way and you feel like the world is against you, you feel like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I feel like everything is against me. And I was in a place of despair, right? I was in rock bottom emotionally, physically, financially, and spiritually. And when you're in that place, there is only one way out, Craig, and that is up. You have to take a moment to step out of your comfort zone and say, you know what? I believe that I can come through this. Discomfort is actually your cure. And as Rumi, the 16th century poet, says, let pain be your cure. Pain became my cure. I had no way other than looking up. And every day I would see a glimmer of light and I would focus on that. And it was hard because when you feel like the world is against you and you feel shame, you feel guilt, you feel pain in any way at all, you really feel like you're stuck. But actually, you're not stuck at all. You have to just start taking steps every single day towards breaking free. And for me, those steps were understanding what I was going through and why I was going through it. Why is this showing up in my movie? So why is this happening to me? Why is this happening in my life? And that's all I needed to know. Like, why is this going on? And I realized I was in a bad place. I was doing things that weren't serving anybody, and I needed to start taking steps in the right direction. And so that was the first thing to do. So I did 5 things, and it's my 5 pillars of achieving your goals faster. And for me, it was escaping pain. And that was 1, getting clarity on my vision, knowing exactly what I wanted to do. Because when you are in a state of pain, you don't know what you want, right? Number 2, remove the limiting beliefs, remove the blockages. So for me, that was obvious. I was going through trauma in some way. There was something deep rooted inside of me that I needed to get rid of so that I would be able to overcome it, because you can't manifest what you want if you are feeling pain and you've got these limiting beliefs inside of you. So 2 was removing the limiting beliefs and understanding what they were. You can do that through NLP, self-hypnosis, my MDS method, any type of deep meditation. Number 3 was replacing the old self-limiting belief with a new positive belief about yourself. And that was so important, because you need to do positive affirmations. David speaks about this all the time. You know, you have to rewire your brain and rewire your neural pathways to actually believe something better about yourself. Pillar 4 was expanding my vision. And that was through socializing with different people, starting to understand that humans can be expanders for you, even if you've never met them before, doing visualization exercise. And pillar 5, taking inspired action.
Natasha's got nuggets today, Big Dave.
She is amazing. I told you, never disappoints. And, you know, I love different people's perspective of pain, but you have to have a relationship to pain in order to progress. You have to understand pain is there as an indicator, nothing else. And Natasha articulates that so beautifully about pain being that indicator to put yourself into a better place, a better position, and a better situation. I also want to point out that notice most people that are expanding and accelerating and are raising their vibration or frequency also have very pragmatic tools to do so. They have step by step. So whether, you know, you're looking at the old guys like Bob Proctor, close to 90 years old, or these young geniuses that I'm here with today, notice they'll all talk through, you know, I have my 5 daily practices, my 3 no rule, my 25 no rule. Everything has a number, the 12 lessons of life. I think until you can simplify and create a pragmatic methodology for yourself. The one that I would add, though, to Natasha is who. You know, I'm a what, who person. So the clarity is my first step as well. What do you want personally, experientially, giving and receiving wise? But the easiest and fastest way is the who. And that's where it combines or reconciles with Natasha's number 2, because the methodology that she's created, other people that you can utilize in order to clear that interference, in order to effectuate the dummy tax that the old fogies like me and others have already suffered, and learned those lessons. We can accelerate the lessons as well. So I just want to add a quick who, but more importantly, have people back out of understanding that you need a relationship with pain, a positive relationship with pain. It's a promoter, a protector. It is not punishment, trust me, but have that relationship and then ask for help from people like Natasha. And I'm always available as well to be of service. Craig, I know you are. Thank you for the great question.
Yeah, and also I just want to say for a second, like, I'm so grateful right now to be with you guys on this conversation. Dave, we do this every week, but Natasha's such a ball of energy, so many gems. There's nothing in the world I would literally rather be doing than having this conversation with you two right now. So thank you guys, love you guys. And Natasha, one thing that you speak about, which I think is really deep, but I think the audience is going to get great value from, I'd love you to touch upon, is you say something along the lines of this: if you're not learning, you're dying.
Absolutely. I mean, it's, if you're not learning, you're dying. If you're not learning, you're devolving. If you're not taking steps forward, you're taking step backwards. You have to always be learning. Your brain needs to learn. That's how you stay alive. It's how people stay alive to 100. My great grandparents, you know, etc., in their hundreds. Why? Because they are always learning. They are always expanding their brain and their knowledge. You are literally taking steps backwards if you are not taking steps forwards, right, David?
You nail it. And, you know, I just love following Natasha at Thrive, listening to Natasha. She was an incredible speaker, by the way. If anyone ever wants to elevate your crowd, I sat there and a well-produced, extremely valuable wisdom that was channeled through her to everybody. And when I stepped on stage, I started with the lessons of life. And the first 2 lessons are simple. You get a body and you're here to learn lessons. And I think Natasha, like I said, eloquently articulates this to you, that you got to take care of your body, but you're here to learn lessons. And the better you take care of your body, the more lessons you can learn, and you never stop learning. I think lesson number 3 is the lessons will keep on coming. Right? We're here to learn lessons, and they will keep repeating themselves, these lessons, until you learn them. And so the constant journey of learning these lessons, of accelerating consistently and persistently to pursue your truth, your potential, is illustrated amazingly by you two, Craig and Natasha. And as always, this is why I give up my Saturday mornings to do this. It's just, for me, just a confirmation of why I'm here. And people, young people, especially like you two, I feel very, very secure in my future and my children, and someday maybe even my grandchildren.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Natasha?
I was gonna say, look, it comes down to thank you for giving us your Saturday morning. I think it's beautiful. And I just have to say what's really amazing about what you just said is it happens in every area of your life. I mean, it happened to me for years in relationships. I was like, why am I copying and pasting the same partner in a different outfit? I was like, what is this? I'm copying and pasting until you wake up one day and you say, no, universe, I get it. I get the sign. I'm meant to learn. I understand it's me. Because look, when you point your finger and say you're the problem, actually, no, you are not the problem. 1, 2, 3 fingers are pointing back at me. It's a Kabbalistic trait that we learn. And so I know that I am the problem, not you, me. You see, these 3 fingers are pointing at me. Therefore, it's the same in every area of your life, with relationships, with everything that you're going through.
That's awesome.
Boom.
Yeah, and it all comes down to awareness and accountability, right? And I always try to be accountable for every single thing that happens, even if it might not really be my fault. Like, I just try to take ownership. And it's so true. I can relate to that specifically with the relationships, right? It's the same pattern until you realize, and then you're able to attract someone that gravitates towards the best real version of you.
And people doing business too. I know we were speaking this morning. I did a little coaching thing this morning here in New York, and I brought that exact example, having 3 teenage daughters. I said, the hardest lesson of being a father is watching the same relationship. I don't want to date someone like that again. And then, like you said, different outfit, same exact problem. And so I personally thought, it's only in personal relationships, but all business relationships are personal relationships. And I got into a terrible cycle of having the same type of business partner, and which was ironic because the 4 things I live by are gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, that create inspiration. And, previously, for some reason, I didn't make sure that was a non-negotiable, that my business partners are grateful, forgiving, and accountable. And it makes it, so much easier when you know those non-negotiables and you realize the patterns. And that's why awareness, Craig, as we stated earlier, is so important, because life is simple the more aware you are. The closer to the truth you are, the less interference you have from the truth, the better you'll be off, the easier life gets. Living testament to that is my life is so easy and blessed now, comparatively, without me getting in my own way, just focusing in on all the time on what's interfering with my health, happiness, wealth, and worthiness.
Yeah. Can you be any deeper this morning? I love it. One final nugget from both of you for the audience. One final gem, leave the audience with. Natasha, we'll start with you.
Okay, so I'm going to give my nugget. So my nugget is you have 3 ways you can do every day, right? And it comes down to 3 things, powerful things that you can do to change your day. But wait for this, you can change your life. I literally believe single-handedly I can change the world, as you can, as anyone watching this can. And you got 3 ways you can do that, okay? It's perspective being the first one. How are you going to view the world today? What is your first thing? You're going to ask the universe, what is my assignment for today? Yes, you have a to-do list. Yes, you've got so many things you can do, but what is my assignment for today? How can I show up better in today? How can I show up in the highest version of me? And you know what your ultimate goal is, okay? So you know that you want to help people, you want to make your money matter, you want to have more impact in the world, whatever it might be. You want to be a happier person, whatever it is that you want to do. You want to show up in the highest version of you and ask the universe how you can take steps closer towards that goal. So that's the very first thing you want to do, the first of the 3 things. Number 2, your habits. Every day you get a choice. Are you going to allow your bad habits to continue to direct your life? Because your outer reality is a direct reflection of your inner self beliefs. So check this out. If you have bad habits in your day and you have things going on and you don't realize it, you need to pause and go and do this exercise I'm about to give you. And I give it to all my clients. The very first thing I do before I even start work with them. And I say, write this down. From the beginning of your day to the end of the day, write down every task. Don't look at it any other way other than writing something down. Write down, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, so you had a cup of coffee. You spoke to your mom on the phone. How did that go? Spoke to your friend. You went for a walk. You hugged your kids. You did this, all the things you did, okay? And I don't mean every tiny detail. I just mean activities and tasks that you spent more than 5-10 minutes on. At the end of your day, I want you to go through that list and I want you to write out of 10 what everyone felt like for you. Every task felt like for you. So was it a 7 out of 10, a 4 out of 10? You have to be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, you are not showing up in the highest, most authentic version of you, and you therefore will never shift anything you're going through. So you've got to start from that place. So you write that down. How are you dealing with that? So was it a 7 out of 10? Was it an 8 out of 10? Now, anything that is below an 8 out of 10 needs to be uprooted. It's a weed in your garden, and you need to replace those old habits with new positive habits of compassion, love, excitement, inspiration, things that inspire you every day. And you take those seeds out of the garden. So you replace the old habit. You say, that's below an 8 out of 10. Fuck, that really is not for me. And you put a new habit in, and you put it in, okay? And you plant your new habit in your garden that feels good. So let's see how little bitch to whine to your mom on the phone. That didn't serve you. That didn't serve her. Nobody left feeling elevated. That's not going to help you with changing your outcome. You want to make millions? That's not going to help you. That doesn't serve you. Let's replace it with something that does. Okay, so now you've got to put a habit in there that does help you. Yoga, walking in nature, grounding. We're talking soul level things here, okay? It could be going to spend time with expanders. Come on something like this. Send it to a friend. Be in the right energy. Be in the right space. We right now are your expanders, because David has achieved a monumental amount in business, in life. Therefore, he's a mentor to millions of people. And on top of that, that means when you're around him, for example, he's your expander. You're learning. You want to be more like him. Okay, Craig has many amazing talents and things that he is teaching around mindset, et cetera, et cetera. He's able to teach you, and I'm sure I'll teach you a thing or two. So the point is with this, you have to be around good people. So that's the second thing you want to do in the morning, okay? Your habits, work on your habits, nice habits. And then the third thing, and you'll love this one, write in the past tense. So write everything in the past tense. So it will be about yourself, third person, past tense. Why do you do that? Because you are embedding into your subconscious mind the person that you want to be. And it will sound something like this. Craig had the most incredible week. He did XYZ by December 1st, 2021. He reached 2,000 more people and sold 50,000 programs. Whatever it might be, write it in time and space, third person, past tense. It's a story about yourself. And that's something that I believe will help anyone.
Natasha has me jazzed this morning.
It's done. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have a quick one. My nugget is to say thank you before you go to bed and when you wake up. Wow. I have a 14-day gratitude challenge. I'll send everyone all my books, sign them, ship them, pay for them. Just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I got a 14-day gratitude. I guarantee for 0.1 seconds a day, by simply just saying thank you, that your life will change within 14 days, let alone for the rest of your life if you make it a habit for the rest of your life. But simple nugget in honor of Thanksgiving, david@dmeltzer.com. Email me. Just say thank you before you go to bed and when you wake up. I got a link to send you for a challenge, and you can win a whole bunch of stuff from me. Thank you both. I love you both. I adore you. If I can ever be of service, just reach out to me. I miss you, Natasha, especially. I just saw Craig this morning. So I'll come to London and see you. And I think Craig's coming to London. Maybe he said that, or someone else is.
Oh, I miss you. Sending you so much love. It's been
Say
so
hi to
much
Chris.
fun.
Say hi to Chris.
I will. Oh my God, I will. Sending you so much love. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Thank you guys so much. And for the audience watching that might not have been familiar with Natasha before this, go check her out immediately. She's on fire, all gems, nuggets, and a terrific energy. Thank you so much. Have an unbelievable weekend.
Love you guys.
Thank you guys. Feel free to DM me. I love to hear from you. Thank you for having me.
Bye, Natasha.
Bye, sweetie. See you soon. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Too much fun, guys. Love those two. Unbelievable. If you're not already in the CLS texting community, text this number, 917-634-3796. I'll run it back. 917-634-3796. Okay, we got daily inspiration every single day. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Big Dave. So many nuggets, so many gems, so much fun. Just that's what it's all about. We just want to contribute to your Saturday morning. And obviously, if you're not already in the CLS membership, we have 120 strong. We're going to be closing the doors soon. I'm announcing for the first time so we can focus on the intimate core that we have. So the CLS membership you can find in my bio under the link tree. It's the most special thing going right now. It's not a community, it's a family. Everybody just have an unbelievable weekend. Sharpen the axe. And like Natasha said, if you're not growing or if you're not learning, essentially you're dying. And we can't have that. So work on yourself, evolve, practice awareness, do the inner work. That's what it's all about. Your inner experience creates your outer experience. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Have an unbelievable rest of the weekend.